All right. I think this is. We've got some celebrating that needs to be done. Yes, indeed. Over 5 episodes, we're up 500%. Come on, let's get some hand claps. 4,000. All right. Let me show you right here. Okay, so I post once, twice every day. I've been doing it for a couple of years. Got like 6,000 posts under my belt, nice and smooth. But then you come in over the top with a live strategy and it just goes nuclear. You got to have good content. And I am the self-described king of LinkedIn Live. But here's the question. Okay. Here is the question. So last time I made the argument that, man, all right, this is represents the black hole, which is the $500 billion we dumped into Ukraine with zero ROI. And this is Paris, who took 50 billion and created the Grand Paris Express, 200 kilometers of rail that are connecting all the airports, and they're positioning themselves to be the Wall Street of Europe. So here we go. How do you navigate a culture obsessed with innovation and stay steady in times of great change and upheaval? Right? This isn't normal times. This is not normal times. We're saying with the fall of Ukraine, we're going to see the fall of NATO and including the EU. And I'm going to play you something right here that's going to support my thesis. Right. Where did I put it? I put it right there. Okay, this is the Hungarian president. Listen to what he says. Let me make sure I sound it.
European Empire.
Oops.
What we need is a format how the European countries can cooperate the best, which provide better outcome for all of us. And after the fall of the Roman Empire, two schools or two direction of thinking was developed, because the Roman Empire was not replaced by another empire. Nations were created in Europe. Nations are the reality. So we cannot build up something which is not based on the nations. National sovereignty is a cornerstone of the future of European Union. Let's look for a system how we can cooperate the best. The system we are cooperating now is failed, is dying out. It's not good for the members anymore. But don't give up the idea of cooperation, but create a totally new architecture for the European Union. We are ready to negotiate on that, because we think that what's going on now is a suppression coming from Brussels. So what they have is an imperialistic approach to build up a European empire. We don't like it. Probably the Germans has a different understanding on that, because you have a different history. But for Hungarians and other middle-sized nations, to lose or limit the national sovereignty, never acceptable. We are proud Hungarians, and we would like to remain Hungarians as well in the future.
Okay, so that is incredibly powerful. We can give him some applause. What he's saying is Brussels. He mentioned, maybe the Germans have a different idea about this. They are approaching Europe with an imperialistic approach. He says, we don't want the United States of Europe. They're proud to be Hungarians. They're proud of their nation state. So that's the leader of Hungary. So now I'm gonna take you to a Wall Street Journal article. Inside the Ukraine corruption probe, edging closer to Zelensky. All right. Can you imagine the fury that's going to ignite Europe if it comes out that this guy has been embezzling money? Can you imagine? Zelensky won't have to worry about Putin. He'll have the European Union wanting to string him up like Mussolini. So the landscape is changing. Once again, how do you navigate a culture obsessed with innovation and stay steady in times of great change and upheaval? The answer is trust. You want people to trust you, right? You want to get your data, your thesis, your perspective, your pitch deck, then you want to present it in some way to the web. The quickest, fastest, easiest, and most powerful way to do this is with live streaming. All right? I'm tapping into a 10, 20x increase in terms of engagement compared to a standard post. Because when I go live, the algorithm sends the signal out and people have the chance to stop scrolling and join in, say, what's up? I agree with you. I disagree with you. That opportunity is there. I just don't build visibility. I earn trust in real time. I keep people coming back and turn that into inbound leads. Okay. That is everybody's strategy who's going live. It's not just to go live for live's sake. I'm ahead of the curve. Live is a skill for today's brand builders, while the big firms, the big four, they're dragging their heels. I can't believe it. I'm doing it now and I'm dominating. I showed you the 500% increase over 5 episodes. All right. I'm using LinkedIn's live capacity as a hidden weapon. The big four haven't even realized the venue yet. And I've made it my front line stage. Okay. Last thing, it's going to be a quick one. All right. So if we go to take a look at take a look at Deloitte, right? PricewaterhouseCoopers, Ernst & Young, KPMG. Where's KPMG? It's right there. All right. Take a look at them. And we look for videos. We look for the live things. And I was having some fun with the video broadcasting boredom awards. You know, there's the cricket. You have to. Life is short. There's the tumbleweeds, the crickets and tumbleweeds award, recognizing the unwavering commitment to making time stand still. All right, we don't want to do that, even if you're a big four consulting firm. So if you go to KPMG, they don't even have an icon for a YouTube channel. I find this absolutely unbelievable. And in this case, I think KPMG, I'm very sorry. I say this out of love. You're a huge, incredible force in the industry, but you get the FDA Chair Award as far as live video. As far as video is concerned, it's reserved for nobody, and it honors strategic invisibility. Even Even the internet skipped this video because it's not there. Right? So you go to LinkedIn and then they have posts on LinkedIn, but there's no um, dedicated video channel, and that means there's no live representation whatsoever. So if we go to Deloitte, right, they got a little splash video here, which is really nice, and I really like the fact that Deloitte has leads with people's faces. It's so important for trust to not be this super produced, flashy thing, right? So videos, yes, they're doing great. They got shorts, they got playlists, but they don't have any live offerings. All right, it's just so important to be. Let's see if I can get to my thing. Yeah, so it just looks so good, right? So here's videos, shorts. Here's your live. Look how good that looks. Look how good it just every thumbnail is eye candy. It just looks professional and it looks good. But you go to Deloitte, there's not even a live entry. There's no live video. So Deloitte, what do you get? The golden snooze, standing achievement, and forgettable messages. Come on, guys. All right. Now, PricewaterhouseCoopers videos, yes. And look, they've got a splash video here with 5 million views. That gets a boom. Come on. PricewaterhouseCoopers in the house. So it's no small feat to get 5 million views on a video. Bravo for PricewaterhouseCoopers. It's only 6 months old. And look, okay, they got their shorts going on. This is great. Very relaxed, very authentic, very bold, very brave, but no live video. Very bold, very contemporary, no live video. And the thumbnails, look, it doesn't look my feed looks more professional than this. There should be a continuity of look here. Come on, this is YouTube 101, right? This is PricewaterhouseCoopers, guys. All right, I say this out of love. The world is changing so fast. Trust, all right, is the sale. Trust is the sale in a world filled with chaos that'll keep you on the straight and narrow. And then we've got Ernest and Young. And what do we have here? Oh my goodness, they got some live stuff going on. Let's give everything. Yeah, baby. Okay, so that's bold. That's great. So KPMG, Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers, E&Y is doing it. All right. E&Y's got something going on. So let's look at their live. So, all right, she's chroma keyed. She looks great. And see, they've kind of got a continuity of look here, but they've only got like 6 videos. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't showing it. All right. Continuity of look. 6 videos. Come on. So, and there. All right. So now here, still, I don't like the fact that there's not a dedicated thumbnail per each video. Looks sort of there's just the logo there. I don't know. Doesn't really. I guess the logo kind of does give it a continuity. But okay, they're hitting it. They're hitting it. They've got some discussion going on. Looks authentic. Looks. It's so good to have real people, right? And they're the only ones that have a live category there. So let's give them a big boom and some celebration. Ernest and Young in the house. All right. So that's all I wanted to say. Once again, the world is changing so fast. Wall Street Journal, inside the Ukraine corruption probe, edging closer to Zelensky. The investigation has reached higher up in Ukraine and closer to the president himself than any other during his tenure. He comes out that he's been taking EU money meant to fight Russia and sticking it in his pocket and buying luxury property around the world. Oh my God. This thing will break wide open, and the EU and NATO, will they ever recover? All right. So and I will end with, so once again, this is my proposition. This is the black hole. This is the cauldron 2.0. If you don't know your history, if you don't know Stalingrad, if you don't know the Battle of Kursk, do some research. If you don't know the Holodomor, you really can't talk. You really don't have an opinion on Ukraine. Learn these areas of history. Learn about the Gulag Archipelago. Learn how they all connect. Pick a video on Stalingrad and you will see Ukraine. So this pit, this hole, represents this pit, this hole represents the zombie apocalypse, the 500 billion, $500 billion black hole that America and the EU have dropped into the abyss, which it looks like Zelensky's government has been embezzling. Can you imagine? And here is Paris that put 50 billion in the Grand Paris Express, connecting Bourget, Orly, Charles de Gaulle airports, positioning itself with 200 new kilometers of rail to become the Wall Street of Europe. All roads are leading to La Défense. Oh man, 20 minutes. Just gonna try to make this short. So, Big Four, KPMG, Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers, EY. If you don't get it going, if you don't get yourself a live strategy like today, all right, you're gonna be yesterday's news. The trust factors is going to have some serious problems resonating. All right, this was fun, and it's getting late, so I gotta skedaddle. All right, thanks so much for watching. See you. This is episode 6, I think. See you next time. Au revoir.